Hi Modern Miss Huxtables! It has been a long break since I posted a video, or at least for me, I think 3 weeks, and I celebrated my birthday. I turned 26 a couple weeks ago and traveled a little bit, so I was unable to film a video. But thank you for all of the positive birthday messages. Thank you for the nice comments. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed myself, and I've been working on my first book, which is stemming from this Dear Sister project, so I'm super excited about that. I didn't finish at my birthday, which was my original goal, but I'm definitely progressing towards finishing it. I'm super excited. It's going to be awesome. So just wanted to come to you guys today to give you a new video in my Dear Sister project. So I'm formulating the book. Well, it's a surprise, so I won't tell you. But what I wanted to talk about today, and what I felt inspired to talk about today, is basically a lesson I learned in terms of making sure that I established a solid value system. And what do I mean by that? Traditionally, I think inspirational coaches or life coaches, people tell you to create, or I did in the past, to make a vision board. And a lot of times in your vision board, you get a good piece of poster board or construction paper, and you write out your vision for your life. You know, we know that there's power in thinking positive thoughts. There's laws of attraction that say, you know, if you think these things, if you want these things, if you speak positive affirmations and create positive energy around them, that they'll come to you. And the problem with that sometimes becomes what I think are two major things. First, and I was a victim of this myself, when I made my first vision board in undergrad or something, everything on it probably was materialistic. It was, you know, a really nice, expensive luxury car. It was a huge house. It was certain expensive handbags. It was all of these very material, consumer-driven goods, because to me, that's how I thought you measure success. That's how you show people and yourself that you made it or that you're accomplished, by having all these really nice, expensive things that the average person can't afford. So I thought that's how I was going to measure success and define my life. Those are the types of things that I was going to work towards. And that becomes very problematic, especially in our community, because we're a very consumer-driven community. And what I found was, as I continued to work towards getting those things, and even after I acquired some of them, I still felt empty inside. I still felt like my life, I wasn't living a fulfilling, purpose-driven life. I still felt frustrated. I still felt anger. I still had feelings of almost, you know, depression. And I thought, like, why do I feel this way? I just got this nice handbag. Why do I still feel empty inside? Why do I still feel not happy? You know, and we're going to get to that in this video. But what I want to talk about is, I think some of the problem stems from not having a strong value system and from not having a strong definition of success for yourself. Free from society, free from your family, free from your friends, free from what TV and pop culture tell you to like and want and buy, and what makes you a valuable and contributing member of our society. So that's problem number one. And problem number two is, I had a very strict sense of what success was and what my milestones in my life were going to be. And if I didn't meet them directly in the way, you know, or exactly in the way I wanted to, I had intense feelings of failure. So I'm a very planned, organized, I'm going to do this, control freak type person. So for me, it was like, well, if I didn't graduate at this time, or if I wasn't doing this milestone, or if I'm this age and I'm not married and I'm not doing this, I failed. You know, I'm behind, or I created so much pressure and stress on myself because I wasn't, you know, I was behind. Well, this person has this, or this person did that, but I didn't do that yet, or I'm still working through this, or I'm not quite sure. I'm supposed to have made it in this area. And you get so worked up and you put so much pressure on yourself for what? You know, I really embrace and I love the phrase, or the saying, the quote, life is a journey, not a destination, because it's so important. I became so consumed with always trying to look like I had it all together, or always having all the pieces of the puzzle together, or not appearing lost and confused, that I wasn't embracing the journey of life, that we're all on a journey. To have an end point or a finite point, you know, that's the end. That's death. You know, you wake up every day and you have the opportunity to experiment, to grow, to evolve, to make mistakes, to learn from those mistakes. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going back to school as an adult. There's nothing wrong with taking time off from your career to have children and coming back to that later. There's nothing wrong with just allowing your life to be more fluid and not so attached to, I'm this age, so I'm supposed to do this. I'm this age, so I'm supposed to do that. I'm this age and I didn't get married yet, so I'm behind, you know, I'm a failure, I'm behind. You have to really embrace life as a journey. There's no other, it kind of sounds cliche, but it's really something really hard for me to do, but I think leads to a much more valuable and fulfilling life. In general, I think. So one of the important things that I did for myself, and I hope out of these videos in my book, I'm going to give people like tasks or things that they can think about, reflect on, and like an interactive type activity. So what I did is, rather than make a vision board, and you can YouTube other vision boards or read articles about it. Like I said, mine kind of turned into all these material, really nice possessions, but I had no sense of like, how do I obtain those things, A, and B, are those really going to make me happy or give me the true life that I want to lead? So what I did was make what I call a value board. And I've never really heard anybody talk about this or bring this up or address it, and I think it is so important and imperative. If you've never done this for yourself or you've never thought about this, I encourage you to do so. And I hope people don't respond like, oh, that's common sense, like duh, like who wouldn't? Because if you really take an honest and transparent look at yourself, and you get out a sheet of paper and you get out a pen and you honestly do this, it revealed so much to me, and I hope, I pray it reveals a lot to you. Because when you sit down and you really genuinely are honest with yourself and you write down, what are my values? What is the type of life that I am trying to lead? What is the type of person that I'm trying to become? You know, what are my priorities in life? When you write that out and then you sit and reflect and say, am I doing behaviors that suggest this? Am I surrounding myself with people that encourage this? Am I demonstrating to the world, am I giving off the energy of these values? Does my job signify these values? You know, you really have to think, because that's your life. This is your life. This is your time on this earth to let your light shine and be the best you that you can be. So what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your gifts? What are you going to do with your talents? What are you going to do with your unique voice? What is it going to serve? What purpose is it going to serve? Is it to get a list of material things? Or is it to do something higher and more valuable? To me, that's what brings a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. That's what gives you life and energy and passion and makes you feel full and content. That's me, but I give the challenge in your hands to do the same. So I'm going to show you how exactly to do it, or what I initially created when I gave myself this challenge. So just get a notebook. I love, like, if you're in the States, going to Michael's or Home Goods or TJ Maxx or Marshall's, because they have really cool books that are at a reasonable price, and they're fun to journal. I believe strongly in journaling and writing things down and documenting your growth. So this is what I did for my value board, and I like this method too, because when I made my vision board, I was like, I have to go get magazines, I have to have pretty pictures, I have to do all, this is straight up 2 pieces of paper. You can go to the dollar store and get a $1.50 notebook, 2 pieces of paper from the printing machine, a pen, and write out your values. Write out your values. So on this sheet in this notebook, what I like to do is write different words that I think represent what my value system is, or the things that I want to be guiding factors in my life. So in the center, I put peace of mind. Don't mind my nails, they're horrible. Peace of mind, because that is so important to me, being at peace. And once again, when you sit down and you say peace of mind is something that I find valuable, something that I want to be a guiding force in my life. If you just take that and you sit down and you take an inventory of your life and you say, is my relationship with my significant other, does it bring me peace? Does it make me feel whole? Am I at rest when I'm with that person? Or does it cause you anxiety and frustration and stress and dysfunction? Your friendships, do they bring you peace of mind? Do you surround yourself with people that uplift you and motivate you and inspire you and challenge you to be better? Or do you sit around and gossip or complain or tear each other down or speak negatively about other people? In your job, in your workplace, are you able to balance that effectively so that even if it just serves the purpose of helping you pay your bills, you're not so consumed or so drained or so unmotivated at your workplace that you have no peace of mind. You have no time to meditate or reflect or come to peace. Are you so consumed with work that you don't have time to cover other values, such as, I have family on here. I have community, where you're working yourself to death. You're acquiring all these material goods, but you have no time to spend with your children. You have no time to spend with your nieces and nephews. You have no time to spend with your siblings. And you feel like you're not connecting in the way that you want to because you're so driven by other things. So peace of mind I put in the center of mind because I think that a lot of us are searching, and nothing's wrong with searching, nothing's wrong with going through life finding and searching, but a lot of us are lost and we have no core, we have no solid foundation that keeps us grounded. And so once again, I think this activity really helps to bring that to the surface and help to look to see what we can do to correct that. So I'll just show you some of the other things that I have on here. Humility. I'll probably make a separate video about being humble because it's a very important trait to me. Integrity, joy, class, love, clarity, stability, longevity. I think I have like financial freedom, entrepreneurship on here, balance, compassion, vision. So I can... If you'd like, maybe in the description box when I post this, I'll put all of the words that I specifically chose to help give you guys direction. But I think it's really powerful to try to formulate your own, free from, once again, other people's bias or what they said or did, to really think about this yourself. So that's my challenge to you at the end of this video, twofold. One, define for yourself what is success. What is success for you in your life? Piece of paper, number one, what is success? And I would encourage you, I would challenge you to try to stray away from certain material things, especially consumer-driven material things, because I have to make another video hopefully about financial literacy and really being educated about making sound financial decisions. But a lot of times those things that we want depreciate in value and aren't good financial investment. So I just challenge you to try to write how are you going to define success for you in your life, free from material things. What is that going to look like to you? And don't worry about, because so often we say like I have to have this so that other people know that I'm successful, or I have to drive this car so that my other friends will see that I've made it, or I have to have this so that people will know that I'm accomplished or that I'm valuable and worthy. And that's what I want you to move away from those thoughts, move away from that negative energy and that burden and that weight. Just write down for yourself how you define success, what that means for you. And number two, get a sheet of paper and make your own vision board. Make your own value board. Write out the things that you hold valuable, that you are going to make priorities in your life, that are driving forces, that you have no problem being remembered by, that you have no problem being ashamed by. How do you want to be defined? If I wrote your name, I don't know, Sasha Jones at the top of this, what are the character traits that you want to suggest and put out in the world? How do you want people to describe you? What do you want your life and legacy to represent? Not to be morbid, but when you pass on to a higher place, what do you want them to say about you? What do you want to represent? And ask yourself, when you're done completing this, really question, am I living this life? Am I living this life? Am I surrounding myself with people that know this person, that want to be around this person, that want to uplift this person? Are the things that I'm doing on a day-to-day basis really following this value system, or do I need to reevaluate? Do I need to really take an honest look and reevaluate? Is this paper blank? Do I not have a value system that I'm operating from? Am I just going through the motions and I don't really have a sound value system? That's a positive revelation in and of itself. I don't really have much to list here. Or I have a lot to list here, but I don't have role models. I don't have mentors. I don't have people that can show me how to make this a reality. That's a revelation. So that's what I challenge you to do. Hope that you found that message helpful and beneficial. As I promised, there's going to be 4 more videos in this series of lessons, and I hope that you stay blessed. I really hope you find this beneficial, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.